Welcome to True Life, I'm a College Athlete. The main focus of this documentary is on Division III college athletes at SUNY New Paltz, where integrity still matters to play. These are our athletes for our documentary.
Hi, my name is Tori Holm. I am an outfielder on the softball team here at New Paltz. I'm a junior, and I'm a secondary education major, concentration in English.
Hi, my name is David Salio. I'm a freshman catcher on the baseball team, and I'm an undecided major.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Cull. I am an infielder on the softball team here at New Paltz. I'm a freshman, and I'm in business management.
Being a student athlete requires endurance, persistence, and a lot of sacrifices. But inside a true college athlete are morals and ethical reasoning behind all of their actions. The ethical beliefs a coach looks for in an athlete are individuals who believe students are accepted based on grades, are against hazing, and can be proud of their work in the classroom.
Honestly, I believe that the students and the colleges that are accepting them based on grades are truly losing out in more areas than one. So I do not approve of it at all.
I feel that colleges that accept students based on athletics rather than grades is one wrong, because students are there for an education and not to be an athlete, and that playing a sport is a privilege. And if they get hurt, they're done and they're not going to be in school for much longer, and it's not really fair for the students that work really hard to get into all the colleges, and there's other students that don't work as hard and just get in there scot-free.
Well, I think it's stupid because, first of all, when you're an athlete, you could easily get hurt, and education is far more important. If you break a leg, you're done. Like, you need to have a brain, or else you're going to be flipping burgers at McDonald's for the rest of your life. So I think it's more important for you to get based on grades rather than just your physical ability.
Some colleges and universities accept students into their academic programs based on the fact that they can perform extremely well on the field, but cannot replicate that same work in the classroom. They are called special admits, students accepted at universities even though their grades or test scores don't meet the school's regular academic admission standards. According to a survey of 19 Western public institutions, 70% of scholarship athletes at UCLA over the previous 3 years were special admits. In order to be competitive in Division IA athletics, you're going to have some flexibility compared to your normal admission policy, said UCLA Assistant Vice Chancellor Tom Leifko. We need those students if we're going to be competitive in certain sports. To be eligible to play, all incoming student athletes are required to meet minimum academic standards set by the NCAA, including test scores and grades, but each school also has its own admission standards. When will our colleges and universities realize that academics is more important than athletics? Why are athletes constantly put ahead of non-athletes applying to college?
Honestly, no. If you're a part of a college team, then you should act like a teammate. Someone who goes against the true meaning of a teammate should not be allowed to participate, because apparently they don't know what it means to be a part of a team. Until you know that, you aren't allowed to play.
I don't think student athletes that participate in hazing should participate in athletic events, simply because it's not fair to the underclassmen, and all of the teammates should be equal, and there shouldn't be any cliques or separate groups among the team.
Now, I understand that when upperclassmen have underclassmen, like freshmen, coming in, they're like, you can't come in like, you know what, like, you have a spot on the team, like, you know, you're God's gift from above. No, you have to respect each other. There has to be a balance, because if you don't respect them, they don't respect you. You want to treat others how you want to be treated, you know? But the upperclassmen shouldn't haze the lowerclassmen, because that could mentally scar them for life and stunt their growth.
Hazing is a term used to describe various rituals and other activities involving harassment, abuse, or humiliation used as a way of initiating a person into a group. This is very common in college sports, where the upperclassmen haze incoming freshmen on the team. Hazing includes dangerous activities such as excessive alcohol consumption, humiliation, isolation, sleep deprivation, and sex acts. On average, about 8 out of 10 college athletes have been hazed in one way or another, ranging from embarrassment or even led to deaths. More and more of our athletes are creating albums of these hazing experiences and posting them for the world to see, said Marcus Pollard, a tight end for the Atlanta Falcons. So I'm sure many of you have experienced a phone call, an email, or somebody saying, I saw one of your athletes, one of your students on this webpage. Hazing is a huge controversial topic and has been brought up in many NCAA conventions as a movement for hazing to be banned. The athletes being interviewed had to sign a contract before they were able to play, stating that they would face serious consequences if they should aid in the act of hazing, but not all colleges and universities require this. Why would someone want to harm another human being like this? Why must athletes feel they need to initiate the freshmen? Hazing needs to be banned at all colleges and
When you become a part of a collegiate team, then you have a responsibility to keep your classwork at certain standards. If those standards aren't met, then you cannot participate. End of story. Don't take pride in your work in classroom, then you can't take pride in your work on the field.
If I was in the position where I would be on academic probation if I failed an upcoming assignment, I'd most likely cheat on it, just because I'd be ineligible to play baseball. And to be honest, I'd have to do anything to stay on the team because it'd be unfair to my teammates and my coach.
academic probation. 2 words a college athlete never wants to hear. Solution? Cheat. A Duke University study shows that 75% of students admit to cheating, and 90% of students admit to copying someone else's paper. A survey of nearly 5,300 college athletes by the Josephson Institute of Ethics in Los Angeles shows that 65% of college athletes admit to cheating. If a student is not cheating, they are obtaining drugs such as Adderall or Ritalin to help them cram the night before the test. College athletes claim they cheat because they are in season and they have less time to prepare for their exams rather than when they are in the off season. But is this really true? College athletes also have the highest drinking rate rather than non-athletes, so instead of studying, athletes are going to the bars and have to resort to cheating on their tests to pass. If you cheat on an exam or plagiarize on a paper just to avoid academic probation, you should not be allowed to be involved in college competitions. If you can't take pride in your work in the classroom, how can you take pride in your work on the field?
Cheaters never win, winners never cheat.
Hey, what does coach like in an athlete?
Well, they have to have morals.
Like what?
Well, they have to get good grades, duh.
Oh, and don't like hazing?
And you can't forget they have to take pride in their work.
So basically, coach wants someone like me.
No, silly, me.
What do you guys think of Chelsea Cole?
Harry Potter.
Woo. Bike with no brake and a pop tire with empty on the handlebars.
No handlebars.
I'm Harry Potter. A lightning
The
bolt
bolt just came out of my finger.
Question mark?
Sweaty? No, I'm serious. I just worked down on feel greasy. How do I feel about colleges accepting students not be? Do I have to read that? Well, I think it's stupid. Because, first of all, when you're an athlete, you could easily get hurt, and education is far more important. If you break a leg, you're done. Like, you need to have a brain, or else you're going to be flipping burgers at McDonald's for the rest of your life. So I think it's more important for you to get based on grades rather than just your physical ability. Yes. All right. Stunting their growth.